I don't think any of us ever want to need a coach or need a plan in order to succeed. We might want them. I have coaches myself and I absolutely love them to death. I would do anything for them, but I want them in my life. I don't need them. Like I could follow these things, but they bring so much value to my life that I want them in because it provides a different value. But it's a different type of relationship than when we first started in work, where I was following more of a structure and then we elevated into a next level. And one of the ways that I was thinking about this a lot more going into this week was talking with a gentleman named Peter Neiman, or on Icebox Kettlebell on Instagram. I had Peter come on the podcast. He was really interesting, very dynamic, very smart young coach. He's been doing it for over a decade, but he's still a young guy. And I've seen the work that he does. I've seen the content put out, and aesthetically, his movements are so graceful. He really adopts a hybrid model of mobility and strength using principles of FRC as well as Strong First and putting them together. So I was curious about how he does this and how he's developed his system and his training program. And when we got to the part of the conversation of how he trains, he adopts much more of an intuitive approach. And he dropped a quote where he said, "Training is the opportunity to have a conversation with my body." And that just put me back in my seat. I loved it. It reminded me immediately of when I talked with Frankie Ferres from the Biofeedback Solution, when he said, you should go to your session with a question to your body, not an answer. And it was such a great alignment of talking about that and how beautiful of a message of, yeah, go in every day and have a conversation with your body. So you're not just telling it what to do. You're not just saying, this is heavy day, this is bench press day, or this is leg day, or whatever it is. It's okay, what do we need to do today? Actually kind of looking inward into your body. How do you feel? How do your joints feel? How do your muscles feel? How is your recovery? How is your body just overall feeling? Just chatting with it for a minute. And that eventually is going to build up the awareness so you know what your body needs and what it's craving and what it wants, rather than just telling it what to do. And I think this just goes so much farther than just following a plan. But also, in some of the ways of trying to articulate this over the years, I thought, is this something that only applies to people who kind of just naturally resonate with this, who kind of align with this, intuitive training enthusiasts, as you would say? Is this something that a lot of people would, really want to understand or really have to? People just want to follow a blind program. These are questions that I ask all the time about what is the best information out there to work with people. But then the other conversation I had was with Joel Jameson this week. And Joel is one of the smartest people I've ever talked to. He is the go-to guy in conditioning training in the world. He put out so much content. He has so much great stuff, from his CCC certification program to Metamorphosis to 8 weeks out to Morpheus, which is the first ever recovery app and coach that you have. He has so much content, so much time that he put into conditioning and finding all the science-based work behind it and the structure behind it. But he developed the line dynamic energy control, which is really, this is about creating awareness at every conditioning level. And I asked him about this, and says this is about knowing your body when it's at different heart rates and conditioning. How is it when it's at 150 or 130 or 140? And training guys like MMA fighters who know, if your heart rate gets to here, you can continuously, push your body. Or when is the time when you're hitting the red line and you need to, back off? It's something that you can train your body, and it's a part of intuitive training, of understanding this, and again, of building awareness. And he was saying, when somebody has that and you understand dynamic energy control, you are building a competence of understanding your body, and that builds a confidence in anything that you do. And that's why I thought, it's wow, who doesn't want to have more confidence in their health and in their fitness and in their strength and in their conditioning and whatever else it is? You want to build more confidence. And the way to do this is to build more competence. And you can do it from both the science-based work, like what Joel does with all his work with conditioning. And then the other side, you can do it just like Peter says, of having the conversation every day with your body and understanding what your body's asking you to do.